Today's guest founded Mini Minds. Child development, confidence, social skills, and school readiness. Sounds like something we all need. Her name is Dee. Welcome to Between Two Moustaches.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for having me today. I really appreciate the opportunity to come and have a talk with you.
You're doing something very unique. You said you come from an early childhood education background and you've developed a program to help children with difficulties from the ages of 7 to 12. Can you tell us a little bit more about Mini Minds?
Yeah, kind of everything in one. It's an emotional regulation program and a parenting coaching program that is based on neurodevelopmental play. So I work with a lot of children and a lot of parents within the community.
Neurodevelopmental play. Can you tell us exactly what that is?
Yeah, it's kind of working with the brain and body together, trying to get the body and brain to coordinate and work together. A lot of parents have been asking me, what is neurodevelopmental? Because it sounds so fancy, but it's basically just like brain play.
Brain play?
Use a lot of brain activities and things to stimulate the brain on how to move and how to regulate emotions. So yeah, it sounds fancy, but it's not that fancy.
And what ages do children start coming to your course?
So I have had people asking me from children from age 2 to age 7. But recently I found that a lot of parents are interested from the age of about 4 to 7 for the session specifically.
So preschool age and just before preschool is the best time?
A lot of the parents that have children age 2 to around 4, just before that, they are more interested like in the parent coaching because the children are a little bit young. They don't usually, when they're young, I've seen it as a teacher, they do not cooperate or they do not want to do specific activities. So I find that parents are really interested in the parent coaching.
Yes, I found that with my own son. We got a skipping rope and we went out the back and we started to do some skipping, and I noticed that he couldn't skip very well, and I asked him, do you do skipping at school? He said they do skipping at school, but he skips the skipping. So during that time I taught him how to skip, and now he can do over 1,000 skips. Skipping is good for your heart, it's good for your brain, good body circulation. What do you think of that sort of thing?
Children's bodies are actually really awesome. So a lot of my activities that I do is with movement as well. And it's interesting that you said that because once they get moving, once their body moves, it triggers so many stuff in children. I think it's like all the happy hormones come out.
I also believe that roller skating, rollerblading, and ice skating are really good things for you to do.
And that is why I've created this as well, is to use movement. And there's so many different movement stuff that you can use with children just to get the brain moving, the body moving.
So Dee, when children come to you as part of the program, whereabouts do you start with them?
So usually I do a one-on-one consultation with the parents and then with the children, kind of get to know the children, they get to know me, and then I find out from the parents what is it that the children struggle with, what do they need help with. Look, I'm by any means, I'm not a therapist or I cannot give any medical advice. So I'm just purely basing it off experience, my educational background as a teacher, ECE and primary teacher. And then, yeah, I've had 12 years of experience with children and parents. So I've kind of, and having my own, like 3 children, I've done a lot of research. So kind of just working with the parents, finding out what they need. And then I design a whole package for them, which if they are interested. And then we work, every week we work on something. I have, my whole program is based on 5 stages. So I go through 5 stages with the child to get them to regulate their emotions, move their bodies. And yeah.
The 5 stages. What are the 5 stages?
So the 5 stages are actually it's the natural stage of emotional regulation. So the 5 stages are the arriving, activate, develop, challenge, and then we reset. So it's kind of like how emotional regulation works. The emotion arrives in your body, right? You don't know what to do with it. And so you activate your thoughts or you activate your body to tell you how to do it, but then you do not have the skill yet. So you start developing the skill through movement, through strategies, and then you challenge the body. So you challenge your emotions with different movements, different activities that we do and stuff, and then we reset. And that's kind of like bringing your body down, calming your body down, just resetting your whole body through what it's just been through, especially for children. And that's why I've created my 5 stages to reflect and mirror the natural emotional regulation.
Mm-hmm. For the parent coaching, is it a similar 5-stage approach, or do you have something a bit different for the parents?
Yes, so parent coaching are based off what the parents tell me. Every parent and every child is so different. Like different parents have different styles of parenting.
Yes, yes. Yes, sometimes our children are the best teachers.
I just base my program on what they need. So it's very informal. I can do it online or I can do it in home or at their home. And then I just talk to them and find out what they need. And I give some strategies and stuff like what I've learned over the years and with my own children, yeah.
There's so many really good community groups out there now. My son went to Scouts and played rugby and a few other sports. Have you been to any of these community groups to let them know what service you're providing?
Yeah. So definitely that is one of the stuff that I'm developing at the moment. I've had a lot of ECE centers ask me already. I know quite a few of the managers. And so my plan is on doing parent evenings and then doing parent workshops as well, and even going as far as like PDs, personal development for ECE teams. So that's definitely it's the next step that I want to do. Yeah, I just want to help. That's really all. Like, I think there's so much information out there and it's overwhelming to parents and teachers, and parenting has changed so much over the years, and there's so much that we can learn, and it's not as complicated as people think it is. So yeah, I just want to help. That's my heart behind why I created Mini Minds.
I find a lot of parents get defensive when you try and teach them how to parent. How do you find that?
Yeah, and it's difficult because at the end of the day, I'm not there to tell you. I'm not telling you how to parent. I'm giving the strategies that works within your family dynamic.
It's really great when parents can put their hand up and say, I need help. Can you please help me?
I don't think when you parent you do something wrong. I think there's just a different way of approaching some stuff. And that's, yeah, I have tried it. Like I think I did a lot of stuff wrong as a parent in my short 7 years of parenting. And that's why I've done a lot of research and used all my experience that I've had. And I'm like, what can I do?
So Dee, whereabouts are you based? Whereabouts is Mini Minds based? Where can we find Mini Minds?
I'm in Beachlands, but my business is expanding to online as well. So initially I just opened it up for the community because I saw such a great need within the community. And then I had a lot of people. It's been very overwhelming, the response. And a lot of people reached out from different places. So I just thought to myself, why not take it online? I can help more people as well.
So what's the best way to reach out to you if anyone wants to reach out to Dee?
So I have a Facebook page on Facebook, obviously, but it's Mini Minds Neurodevelopmental Play. And then they can send me a message and we can have a little bit of a discussion. And then usually we work out a plan and they book a session. whatever works best for them. So yeah, that's where it's best to reach me on Facebook at the moment.
Great, great. You mentioned before about the neurodevelopmental games. What are the games? They sound kind of fun.
Yeah, so I actually just did a session last weekend. Um, a lot of my sessions are based on what the child, so a parent would give me information about the child, what the child needs, what the child likes. So I intentionally design a session for a child so that they feel comfortable when they do come to me. I don't, they might be nervous.
What sort of things do you use to make the children feel comfortable when they get there?
I use a lot of brain play, brain gym activities as well, and then I use everyday objects that they used to. For example, I used Flora's lava tiles, but because children love Flora's lava, but we just incorporate it in a different way, like you do it in a different way.
So you said you're about to go online. Do you have a website or is it upcoming?
Yeah, not quite at the website stage yet, but currently I'm going to do online sessions with parents. A lot of parents do not have the time to come out to meet me in person, and so I'm just making time for them to do it online in the evenings and what suits them.
So tell us a little bit about your background as a teacher.
Yeah, so I've been a teacher for a very long time, work with different ages, different children, and I mean cultural, like I came from South Africa. We immigrated here.
How long have you been in New Zealand?
3.5 years now. Yeah. And I don't have any family here. So I had to try and figure out how to do stuff myself as well. But being a teacher, I saw a lot of parents reaching out and asking me, how do I do this? How can I help? My child's full of tantrums. And a lot of parents see when the children are full of like tantrums and meltdowns and stuff, they see it as bad behavior. And my number one that I tell parents now is it's not bad behavior. It's the way a child communicates is through, it sounds weird, usually the tantrum or the meltdown is the end of the whole process. It's not the beginning, because they work through something and then it gets to a point where they can't take it anymore, and that's the behavior that comes. And so I always say to parents that children are not giving you a hard time, they are having a hard time because they're having a hard time expressing themselves or managing their emotions. And so if parents can understand that the behavior is communication, then it changes a lot of the way you parent your own children, right? And there's so much things that inside a child's body, that there's so much, how can I put it? They give so much of themselves during the day at daycare or at school or even before. By the time they get home, they feel it's safe, and so they just completely let go. And it's your, like, not your duty as a parent, but if you understand where it's coming from, you will parent your child in a completely different way. And I've seen it with my boys as well. Like, I've just changed one small thing, understanding, and that it has changed my whole parenting view and my whole parent style. So yeah, I think if parents can look at it that way, even with adults, you get meltdowns and you get tantrums and you don't like it when someone says to you, stop doing this. Why are you doing this? You want someone, when you have a meltdown, you want someone to tell you what's going on. Why are you feeling this? And we sometimes forget with children to do that. We tell them off and we tell them, no, stop it. We're going home. No, we're not doing this. You're not going to get this. But why don't we do it with their children? Like, if you want it, why don't you do it with them, right? So it's just a different way of thinking with children and how emotions actually work.
I understand. It's like a change of perspectives. It's like you come home, you've had a hard day at the office. It's the same for kids, right? They just need some downtime.
Yeah, exactly. If you had a rough day at the office, you just want to relax. You just want some downtime, right? same with them. Had a rough day at school, just give them some downtime.
How do you find the influence of social media on parenting these days?
There's so much information, and some of them are really contradicting, and some of them confuse people. I think, yeah, I love social media, but there's way too much information. And I think that confuses parents. And a lot of parents have been asking me, and they have been telling me, but I saw this video and I saw this video, and I'm like, it's fine. Take it for what it is. I'm never going to tell someone, don't do that. Don't try that. I mean, try what works for you. But it really comes down to a few simple things that you need to look at. And that's why I just want to share it with people, and I want to help as much people as I can. So if I can be of any help to anyone, it would be great if I can share some of my knowledge, some of my experience, and some of my tools with parents and children as well.
Do you get much feedback from parents or teachers?
Before I started Mini Minds, the children that I worked with and the parents that I worked with, I always had great feedback with the different strategies and stuff that I gave to them. With my session specifically, the one mom came back to me and she said that a child's been calmer. She's now more apologetic, which hasn't been. And the mom has definitely seen some changes. So it makes my heart glad to see that what we're working on and what works for the parents are actually helping. Yeah, so there's great feedback.
Sounds fantastic. Making a difference in children's lives must be very rewarding.
Yeah, if I can make a difference in a child's life, even a parent's life, that's more rewarding than anything.
Yeah, it's really important for children to learn lots of things when they're young and then progressively get more confident as they grow. For example, when my child was young, taught him how to light a little candle and put it out safely. And then as he got older, the fires grew, and now him and his friends can make a big bonfire and have some fun and put it out safely. It's important to teach the children about dangers and dangerous things. How do you feel about that?
I think if you do it the right way, you're setting them up for success, and you are initially creating a good human, If you give them all the tools for life, if you give them the tools on how to manage themselves, on how to work through disappointments and hard things, and you set them up for success.
What initially inspired you to start Mini Minds?
My children are really the inspiration behind why I've created this, and obviously the community as well. I saw a big need within the community, and working with the children, I definitely saw a lot of parents reaching out asking for help. So I thought, why not?
Well, Dee from Mini Minds, thank you very much for being on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll look forward to seeing you around.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
All right. Okay, see you again soon.
See you. Bye.
Stay tuned, because we'll be back with another episode of the Moustache Studio.